साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
Wonder of Wonders, English rendering of Paramahamsa Sadguru SriSatupasi, Kannada Classic, Mahadascharya, Audio. Chapter 26. Om Shri Guru Dattaya Namaha. Shri Alak Niranjan. It was around 1995-1996. I was doing Haranama Smarane, inwardly uttering the name of Hara. Every day, every breath, without a break. One afternoon, I went to Sri Gundurav's house. He was a great devotee, a Bhagavad Bhakta. We spent the whole day immersed in talking about and listening to the glory and greatness of saints and sadhus, the yogis and satpurushas, the gurus, the avadhutas, the gopya gurus, the prakata gurus and the aprakata gurus, wholly forgetting ourselves. Only at 10 in the night did we know that the sun has set. Mallananavare, Sri Gundura requested me with folded hands, please rest here for the night after taking prasad. It's already 10 and too dark to go out. All these are the various types and categories of godmen. This list is but a sample. We went to bed, recalling to memory the Mahatmas about whom we had talked right through the day. Sri Gundurao, rising up before dawn, sipped his hot cup of coffee after finishing his daily course and said, Mallanavare, come, let's go to the market and buy some flowers and vegetables. Talking to each other, we went to the Chelakere market. It was still early in the morning, no crowd or noise. It was calm and serene. As we walked along, since I had the habit of chewing pan, I said hesitantly, Swami, you go ahead and buy flowers and vegetables. I'll follow you. I walked into one of the many petty street shops along the road. There stood a 40 or 50-year-old. His garment was all torn into bits. He had made his hands and body filthy, face turned towards the shop. He was arguing and quarreling with a 60 to 65-year-old shopkeeper. The shopkeeper was demanding from the man, pay for the cigarette you are smoking, don't talk much. Listen to me. See, before this cigarette is finished, Shiva himself comes and pays you. Wait, it is over, that man said. The shopkeeper Ajja said, look, you are the one smoking that cigarette, not Shiva. Says Shiva gives, Shiva. I went there when the man in rags was saying, see yourself. Gives or not, look, this cigarette is nearly finished. I was holding a 2 rupee note. What's the matter, Ajja? I asked. Look, my friend, taking and smoking a cigarette. Shiva gives, he comes, this fellow says. The shop Ajja complained. Disregard what he says. I have 2 rupees. Give me beetle leaves and areca nut for a rupee. The other rupee for the cigarette, I said. That's all right. If you have no money, you should keep quiet. Why smoke then? Said Shapajja. Shiva himself comes. Why bark? Shiva comes before I smoke it off and pays. The man in rags said to the shopkeeper, don't harp on it again. Tell me, did Shiva give or not? My smoke is finished. Shiva has paid for it. Why do you talk further? Making beetle leaf nut mix to chew, I was standing there quietly. When this exchange was going on, turning to me, brother, did he who had gone to buy vegetables return? Asked the man in rags. Who had gone to buy vegetables? I asked in surprise. Didn't you two come to the market to buy flowers and vegetables? Didn't you come here for betel leaves and areca? Give me, why chew alone? Said the man in rags, coming to the road. Kundura was coming at a far off distance with vegetables. See there, coming like Tippe Rudra Swami. He is coming. The man in rags spoke. He was speaking as one who had seen everything. In the meantime, Gundurao came. Oh, Malannavare, already met someone. Saying so, he came near. I went ahead just thinking you would follow, but not to be seen at all. I was searching for you somewhere else. You are here alone, Malannavare. No, Swami. I stayed on here, making betel leaves and nuts, I said. That man in rags came close to me and said, Sharandri! Respectful salute to you, sir, and went away. No one had called me so far. Accompanying Gundurao to his doorstep, I took leave of him and hastened to join with that man. I was following him from a distance, and so was he watching me from an angle of his eye. This wise, the entire day I was after him. It was getting into evening and he was standing near a hotel. There were none. Come with me, Swami. Let us go to our place, I said. What? True. Get moving then. None in this place had asked me. Come, let's go to our place, he said and started. I made him sit on my old cycle. Slowly we came to Uparahati. Darkness of dusk. My father was asleep already. My wife had gone to her mother's house. My children were far too young then. Suvarnamma was an 8-year-old and Kanesh Kumar was 4 or 5. Even then they had cooked some rice and brinjal curry. Asking that man to sit and rest in that small room, I asked, Swami, what do you like? Hey, are you deranged or what? When you didn't know what I wanted, then why did you bring me here? You stupid one, he said. It isn't that way, Swami. I just wanted to know, do you have water or eat a meal? That's all, I asked. Well, if that is so, do you give me whatever I ask? Do you? He questioned. That's fine. Please tell me, I pleaded. If so, get me uppittu then. I asked Suvarnamma, make some uppittu somehow. Appa, there is no oil, no rava, broken wheat, that is soji. How do I do, Appa? She asked. Shiva Shiva, what is to be done now? Swami, if so, how about eating some anna, rice? I asked. I asked for uppittu and you said it is all right. Now you are saying whatever strikes you. He was unrelenting. No, Swami, we have some problems in cooking uppittu. My daughter says there's nothing, no provisions, I said. That into which nothing whatsoever is to be put is uppittu. Nothing needs putting into it, that one which is as it is. For such a one you mean putting whatever, he said. There is a play on the Kannada word uppittu, uppu ittu. Ittu is a derivative of idu, meaning place it here. Uppu is common salt. Uppittu is thus adding salt to whatever is. Swami, what do you mean? Rava, broken wheat is needed, oil is needed, onions and several others, aren't they? I questioned.
Hey, have you any sense? Buddhi, what do you think? Do you know what uppittu is? No rava is put into uppittu, no oil is put, no onion and no water.
The one that is without all this alone is uppittu. I asked you to serve me such an uppittu. Did you get me? I asked for it, uppittu, so that you may have no such problem, he clarified. I realized and said, "Yes, Swami, I get it," and served him a little salt and some rice and said, "Take it, Swami, this is salt and this is rice." As soon as I said this, "Yes, this is it. This indeed is Uppittu. If you put all and sundry, how does it become Uppittu? Do you understand now?" he said with satisfaction. What did you understand? Salt sinks into everything and gives taste by going in. Those objects become tasty. Can anything be added to salt? Salt is salt alone. In it, nothing is dissolved. It is itself. Got it? Swami, our daughter says it has done Anna. If you say yes, I will serve, I begged. Fresh and stale. Well, if you are serving Anna, serve it cold and stale. Is this fresh or stale? He interrogated. Fresh and hot, Swami. From where do I fetch at this hour stale rice? I pleaded. If there is a such thing as that, get it for me. Wherever it may be, serve me a stale rice alone, I say. No such thing there is, nowhere. Nothing. What is only the fresh and hot one. Please serve me stale rice, I say. Look, see to it, I say. When I say no, you better understand. Our position is such, we have to get rice now and cook it now. Have we stored rice with us? I said. When are you going to bring and when are you to do the cooking and serving? Bring we do. When Shiva gives and cook it when he orders. Oh, is that so, sir? Very clever you seem to be. Oh, my Lord Swami, why? Why, for heaven's sake, do you insist on stale rice? Don't you eat fresh rice, sir? It isn't like that, I say. I just wanted to know if there is anything which you may serve as your own, mine. When they say mine, what does that mean, Swami? Stale is that which I hold as mine. The one that I did, the one that I earned with my labor, the one I brought, all begotten this. That is, if it is not stale, what else is it? All that is addressed as Shiva's is fresh and hot. Did you get it? Then go forth and fetch the fresh one and hot. He ate the curries, the soup and chilies more than rice. Then Suvarnamma gave a thambige full of water and brought Anna and Bajji, a sort of curry in a plate. Suvarnamma and Kannesha stood aside. They had been struck with fear on seeing him. The thambige is a water container. Then he began eating. He took a morsel of rice and finished off all the bajji. He asked for saru, curry, a sort of lentil soup of thin texture. All the bajji that was at home was finished. Anna in the plate is as it was. He is asking for more and more of saru to be served. I sent my children to the neighbors. He was drinking as quickly as they were served. The children got disgusted and said, Appa, had been to every house, none is ready to offer any more, Appa, they said. It's all over and finished now. Eat what is there on the plate, Swami, I said decisively. What kind of fellow are you, I say? You want me to eat just Anna? He said, surprised. What more can I do, Swami? I pleaded. No chilies, green or red? Did you bring me all the way to serve such a meal? He asked. Okay for me then, I said, and served a handful of green chilies and a tumbler of water. He ate all of it in one gulp, following it with a morsel of rice. Ayyo, no sambar for this, Anna. What shall I do? He asked again. I poured before him all that was left in the house. Chilies and onions, it was about a kg. Dried chilies, half a kg of green chilies. He ate all of this and drained it down with 5 pots of water. Renewing his demand, he said, Give me leaves and nuts. I supplied them. He asked for tobacco. I handed over 2 strands of tobacco leaves. Bhajane means what? Putting nuts and leaves into his mouth, he began chewing one by one the arm-long tobacco leaves, and having swallowed both of them, he drank another pot of water. Don't you do bhajane? He asked. The 3 of us had not dined. I am sorry. The 2 kids hadn't had any meal. Nothing there is to eat either. No appetite too, after having witnessed all this hulla bulla tantrum. No trace of its memory too. Telling myself not to be overcome by this, I said to Suvarnama, never mind this. Sing a song. He was quickly to say, hey, not that way. Bhajne means you are not to open your mouth, not to quiver the lips, fingers not to be moved, not to open the eyes. Such indeed is the way to do bhajane, he said. Meal-less Kanneshwara slept on my lap. Suvarnama slept by the side of her grandfather, Tata. I made him put on a shirt and wrap a lungi around his waist. I gave the shawl left behind for him to cover. Spreading an old lungi on the floor, pulling Kanneshwara to my side, I slept. He too lied down. The midnight tantrum. Getting up around 2 in the midnight, he raised a tantrum. Getting up slowly, I asked, what happened, Swami? I want leaves and nuts, tobacco, I want water to drink. He began shouting with such demands. The lamp had died down for want of kerosene. The house had no electricity connection. There was no kerosene to light the lamp. I lighted the lamp with castor oil and walked slowly towards him. The entire room is waterlogged. The mat is drenched, wet, and water is spread near the doorstep. The 5 or 6 mini pots full of water he had drunk has run out as his urinals. He has piled up all the cloths in the middle. They are all drenched and have become wet. I thought of throwing all those away along with the mat. All that he had eaten earlier, anna, brinjal bhaji, 1.5 kg chilies have come out of his system as excreta and is spread all over the mat in heaps. Without the least disgust or embarrassment, I said, Swami, move a little side, and moved him. I took all his clothes and placed them in the backyard, collecting into one heap all that was on the mat. I dropped them in the backyard. Covering it with mud, I began washing the mat. In the meantime, he began calling aloud from within, Bring the mat, I say, pushing me onto the earth. What have you done? Bring the mat. Washing the mat as fast as I could, I brought it back. There was no replacement. It was the one that was. That alone I spread on the floor. The rest of the ground I swept and washed and stood up and said, Lie down, Swami. No, I don't get sleep. Betel leaves and nuts I want. He screamed. It is 2 in the night. What to do, I thought. Please wait, I said, and woke up Gudihalli Timmaji, who was living right opposite to our house. I gave him the leaves, nuts and tobacco powder, all of which I had brought. Pouring all of them into his mouth, he sat up. Tirtha Anugraha, holy water grace. Leaning on the pole, I sat quiet. He had kept the half-full chembu before him. He spit all that he had in his mouth, the chewed leaves, nuts and tobacco powder. Again putting all that into his mouth, he spit it again into spot, the liquid as he did before.
Come dear, take this tirtha, the holy water, and sprinkle it all over the house, he said. Done, sir, I said, and sprinkled it all over. Sit, he said, and I did as ordered.
If you want anything, ask, he said. I do not want anything, I said. Look, think about it. Don't say so. Ask something. I do not want anything. I want to lie down. If I am allowed to do so, that's enough, I said. Not like that, my dear. Ask something for yourself. Look, mister, I don't want. If I just lie down, it's all the boon you can give me. Is that right? Okay. If I say, let the entire house, this house, its poles and reapers, its walls and pillars, come down shattered, what do you do then? He said. If it goes, let it go. It alone goes, mister. Do you wish it and say so? You fellow, let it crumble, and if in this very place an RCC palace rises up, what do you do then? He posed. If it happens, it does. What has it got to do with me? I closed my eyes saying so. Disappeared untraced. The next day morning, my father was calling me aloud, shouting at me in despair. Where are you? Where have you gone? The house has fallen down. It's water filled. Get up. The house is waterlogged. Getting up, I asked, what has happened? Ayo, what a fellow are you? Though the house is waterlogged because of leakage, you're sleeping unawake, he was shouting. I opened the door. It was raining outside. I plugged the leaky roof, climbing up a rickety ladder, covering my head with a gunny bag, and come down fast and peeped into the room. The nameless Swami, who gave us hell throughout the night and who was snoring while I climbed up the ladder, was untraceable by the time I climbed down. When I asked Appaya, my father, my dad, he said, none went in here, none went out either, I say. I am here at the entrance, he said. I searched the entire town. He wasn't found anywhere. I felt disgust. What a misfortune. If he had left after lunch, I would have been satisfied. What to do? Everything his will, God's will. Bowing down to my Appanavaru after my meal, at 10, I went out on my brakeless, pedalless, bell-less bicycle of many more defects at 1,000 miles speed and reached Gundurav's house in Chelakere. At that place, Gundurav's house, the young or the old, no matter who, all of them were eagerly waiting for me like the Chataka bird. They would finish their daily course as fast as they could to listen to my stories and tales. When I related my adventures through entire night, they listened with wonder and delight. None noticed the passage of time that day. I searched for the Mahanubhava, the great experience in the market and the other prominent places of Chelakere, pushing along my cycle. If there were people, I didn't ride on the bicycle, for it had no brake. Also, I didn't know how to climb up on it too. I would climb on it while running along with it, and so did I while getting off too. When it was running at the speed of 500 miles an hour, I jumped down, running along with it before coming to a halt at some distance. It was evening and I left, taking leave of Sri Gundurao. Come tomorrow morning, they said, and stood waiting without batting their eyelids to see how I would climb onto the cycle. Looking back at them, I was lost to their sight as I was pushing the cycle. Do the carps wear clothes? It was a dusty evening. I was riding on my cycle on the road to my town. My eyes were searching for him. That Mahanubhava, whether he would be found anywhere. There was a long line of my fellow villagers returning home after their work in Chelakere. Nagarangere, another village, was a furlong away. I was going by the side of Musalman burial ground, that is Muslim burial ground. It was getting dark. I was slowly riding on my bicycle. All of a sudden I heard from the middle of those graves someone calling, Sharanu, Sharandri! I began walking back towards the graveyard. After jumping off from the cycle, that Mahanubhava was standing there naked, without any clothes, amidst the graves. Throwing aside the wrapped up garments on his self, nirvana, liberated state he was. He said again, Sharandri! Hey, Maraya, great man, come on. Where should I search for you? I called him. He came and stood before me and said, Sharandri, after skipping from one grave to another. He asked, didn't you recognize me? Seeing him in his nude form, I asked again, what happened to the clothes you wore yesterday? Do carps in the graveyard wear clothes, I say? He countered my question. How do we go from here then? I asked. Go? we will as we have come. What do you mean? You go as you like. I go as I did when I came. In the same way, I go while going. And added further, you do as you like, great man, Maraya. I say what I have got to say. All right, be it so. Road full of people are there. Sit on the back of bicycle without making the least noise, I said. Done, I said, and making him sit on the back of the cycle, I began pushing it fast some distance and then climbing on it as if I was taking off like an aeroplane. Instantly he began to shout and cry aloud and call. I had thought if he remained silent, none would look at us and we may go ahead unnoticed. If he doesn't scream, it's enough. None would see his birth form. But he began singing his couplet. Go I will as I came, take I will if you come all the same. Tandana tana, tandana tana. Somehow we came close to our house. Slowly getting off the cycle, I ushered him inside. I wrapped around him a shawl which I had hung it to dry in the open backyard yesterday. There were no other clothes at all. His dress was a shirt he wore and a lungi he had wound around his body. There was nothing more on that body. Come Swami, please relax, I said and asked Suvarnamma to cook some rice after washing it. A handful, all that was there at the time. Sat opposite to him, this Mahanubhava, I decided to ask his name and his place and know about him. Swami, I asked, what's your name? That which you are referring to, its name is said to be Alak Niranjan, he said. What do you mean, Swami, when you say its name? It is the name of that whose name you asked. He clarified and began to laugh. Well, fine. Which is your place, Swami? That one which is towards Hubballi. Which is that, Swami? Towards Hubballi. Saying Shiva Shiva with exasperation. Go to Hubballi, stand there, thinking, Shiva, everything is yours, and close your eyes. That place is seen. Hubballi means the point between the eyebrows. Please name it, Swami, I asked. Belgaum, he said. Is your place that one, Swami? Have you your residential house and other belongings over there? I asked. Look, to what extent you stretch. There is no wealth or property. There is no town or gown, he explained. Then how do we go there? You are great and very clever. When I say that one is neither asked nor answered, and yet you insist on it? Then how else do we reach such a place? By bus or train or a bullock cart, or do we have to go by walk? What kind of a fellow are you? I say. No roads, no clothes, no house, no mouse, no noise, no choice. There's no you, no me. Bright daylight bright. Hubballi is magic insight. The field of field, open field. Shiva's name, the eternal shield. White is bright, Belgaum is right. Singing the above sang. Stand aside Hubballi and watch its splendor. Wow! Oh my God! Hubballi! It's not a mere geographical name. It means if you stand in between the two brows and look within, Belgaum shines by itself in all its brilliance. Maraya! The next second he said, the stomach says it's hungry. Fill something into it. It's all right, I said to myself and served rice to him. With yesterday's experience, I served a handful of anna and a tumbler of water without persuading him to take more. I lay prostrate before him and did a Dhirga Danda Namaskara. I pulled Kannesha to my bosom and stretched myself. It was very sultry because of the extremely cloudy weather and rain. We removed all overclothing and rolling it into a pillow underneath our head, we slept. Within a short time, that Mahanubhava rose up and woke me up saying, "Get up, friend, do bhajan." What bhajan? Forget it, mister. No drums, no tala, no tamburi, no accompanying instruments to begin with. I feel sleepy, don't disturb me. Set fire to drums and talas and do bhajan, he said. How come? How is bhajane done without anything? I asked. Look, my friend, you aren't to do anything. Fingers are not to move, eyes not to be opened, lips not to quiver, and tongue not to move. When I say do such a bhajane, he asks for a drum, he said. I am asleep and I will go and lie down. Do what you want, mister, I don't care. Saying so, I lie down. It must be around 12. That Mahan Baba woke me up again with his loud shout and noise. Come on, get up, friend. You are resting like one who has no worries. You are lying down even when I ask you to do bhajane. Get up and do some bhajane, he coaxed. What do you mean, I say? What is there to be said? You yourself said bhajane means to remain poised and silent, and now you say get up. Well, look here, is this the way I say? Does anyone do bhajane lying down like this? He pursued. Who is asleep, I say, I will be as I am and do bhajane. Should one be sitting to do bhajane? Does bhajane imply a sitting posture? I say. Leave me alone and go lie down yourself, mister. Saying so, I went and I stretched myself. Is that so? Fine. Do so. Very well. Do as you like. I have some homa, a fire sacrifice to be done, he said. A strange homa in the midnight. Sleep had overtaken me. It was around 2 in the night, I felt. I heard chanting of mantras. It was Mahanubhava's chanting. Om Tailaya Namaha, oil. Om Battiyaya Namaha, wick. Om Kobbari Ennayaya Namaha, coconut oil. Om Dabbiyaya Namaha, box.
Om Angiyaya Namaha, the upper garment.
Om Lungiyaya Namaha, cotton clothware. Om Deepaya Namaha, light. Om Hogayaya Namaha, smoke. Om Agniyaya Namaha, fire. I heard all the above lying down. What is this mantra chanting? I said to myself and slowly opened my eyes. Smoke has filled the room. I sat up shocked. In a corner he is sitting in the Padmasana, a sitting posture, chanting Om Udavatyaya Namaha, incense sticks. Om Vibhutyaya Namaha, the sacred ash drawn on the forehead. The sound of chanting rose to a higher pitch. Om Shalyaya Namaha. He chanted and offered his shawl which he had to the Agnikunda, the pot of fire before him.
Then I looked for my angi, a short shirt of sorts to wear. There's no angi at all. No clothes of Kanneshwara either.
The only clothing we had, each one of those is offered as sacrificial offering to Agni, the fire. What is this, Swami? You have put all our clothes into fire, I asked. Yes, before I do dhyana, I offer it to Agni this way and then I do dhyana. Just as you do dhyana lying down, so am I doing this wise. See, lend your hand for such homas, take part and participate for yourself in these yaga and yagnas, he said, and continued his chanting and offering thus. Om Bachanikyaya Namaha, the comb. Om Parikyaya Namaha, the broomstick. He offered the comb and the bunch of broomsticks to fire. This wise, all that was in the room, clothes, mattresses, bed cover and sheets and the mat, all had disappeared. I went to the kitchen and brought out the 2 saris that my wife had hidden and remaining old clothes in the house and collected them all into a bundle. With that bundle, I came to the room. Take this, Swami, I said. What is that? He asked. These are clothes that were inside. Put them all into Agni. Let your homa go on smooth. Let your homa continue till morning, uninterrupted for any reason. You have yourself said that it would be good if I cooperate and participate in this grand homa. I do not want any good to happen to me. Let it bring good to you, I said and sat down. No, friend, not that way. Don't do any such thing. The homa is finished and these clothes aren't needed. There is nothing to wear. I have put all into the Agni. Don't you feel affected, concerned? You have brought all the clothes in your house. May the auspicious happen. May your birth be sanctified. May you receive all that hasn't come to you until now. Let auspiciousness pervade you. As he was saying, the day dawned. Suvarnamma and Kannesha woke up and sitting next to me began to look at him unwinkingly, perplexed and shocked. Oh, it's all over. Consign all this out. I'll go and sleep, he said. The residual ash, the leftover Maha Homa, was collected and put in the backyard. Slowly the smoke was becoming less dense. I managed to give Kannesha a towel to wrap around. I have nothing to wear and so had he, nothing on his body. Somehow I must supply him a lungi to wear as he is without anything on his body. I have knickers on, he has none. I searched the entire house and I couldn't get anything. I went to Chikappa of the opposite house and asked him, Chikappa, if you have an old lungi, please give me. He is not above want, but he managed to discover a lungi. Both of us made him wrap that around his body. You aren't the only one to come there. Next morning, the meal was cooked. I invited him and served the meal. After the meal, he stood up and sought permission to leave. He said, Friend, I am leaving. I am coming, which means going. Swami, where is it that you are going? Standing in front of him, obstructing him, I bowed down to him. Where else? To Belgaum I am going, he said. If that is your wish, it is fine, I said, and leading him towards Chelekere, I said, I will also come with you. Where do you go? Do you come with me? He asked, surprised. To that place where you go, I go, Swami, I said. That is not done. You shouldn't come with me. A lot of work awaits you. You go, don't come with me. Swami, I am also fed up. No work. I don't want any. I have decided to go with you. I followed him. Have you any sense? Have you lost your sense or what? Work means no labor, good work, work for the good of mankind. Get back, yes, get back. Whatever it may be, I do not want. I am going with you and that's it. I followed him. Oh, when your work is done, I will myself come and take you. What more? Do that work now alone. I'll come with you, I persisted. My dear, it isn't like that. You aren't the only one to come. Men who follow and come behind you are many. The men you send are many. Some there are who come with you. It is likely. Leaving all of them behind, if you alone come, is it proper? Get back. That is the way Shiva's writ runs. You being here, nothing there is to be done. Go. Everything is Shiva's fancy. You be here until I go. Come you may when I call. Good luck. I'll be coming quite often. I will continue to talk to you. I will not go anywhere. Jai Alak Niranjan. He placed his hands on my head saying, Dhanya, Dhanya, and walked away. Dhanya is one who has fulfilled his self, a word of blessing as well as a token of grace received. This is the Mahamahima, greatness of great, who had a nomenclature as Alak Niranjan. Om Tat Sat. Om Tatsat. Om Tatsat.